Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. The UN has urged Afghanistan's neighbours to keep their borders open as the number of civilians fleeing the Taliban onslaught increases.
And the situation has all the hallmarks of a humanitarian catastrophe.
Many of those internally displaced have been arriving in Kabul, seeing the capital as their last safe refuge. Food shortages are dire, according to the World Food Programme. It warned of a humanitarian catastrophe. On Friday, the Taliban seized the country's second largest city, Kandahar, the latest provincial capital to fall. The southern city of 600,000 people was once the Taliban's stronghold and is strategically important as a trade hub. The insurgents also took the nearby city of Lashkargah and now control about a third of Afghanistan's provincial capitals. A man suspected of killing 5 people in the UK before turning the gun on himself has been named as Jake Davison. In online videos, the 22-year-old spoke of being beaten down and defeated by life. The licensed firearms holder shot 2 women, 2 men and a girl in the Keyham area of the city on Thursday evening. Police said the incident, which is the worst mass shooting in Britain since 2010, is not terror-related.
Last night, police received multiple calls at 6:11 to an address in Biddick Drive. The number of calls were considerable and were assessed, and it was later revealed that shots were being fired. There is no motive, as we know, at present. Again, that will be subject to inquiry, but we are at the moment not considering terrorism or a relationship with any far-right group or any such other group. In terms of the other people who've tragically lost their lives, whether he knew them by acquaintance, we do not know of any formal relationship between them.
Thai police have fired tear gas canisters and rubber bullets at demonstrators after hundreds defied a ban on gatherings to rally in central Bangkok. The protesters were attempting to march from Bangkok's Victory Monument to the Prime Minister's residence to demand his resignation over his government's handling of the coronavirus crisis. Police shot tear gas from an elevated highway in response to demonstrators who tried to pull down containers that were being used as roadblocks in a third day of confrontation this week. A huge search and rescue operation is underway in northern Turkey after flash floods along the Black Sea coast killed at least 27 people. Kastamonu province is the worst hit area, accounting for 25 of the deaths. 2 others died in Sinop on the coast. The floods caused some buildings to collapse, smashing several bridges and clogging up some streets with wrecked cars and cut power supplies. This month, Turkey has also had to battle huge wildfires in the south. At least 21 people have died and 4 are missing in central China's Hebei province after heavy rain hit on Wednesday and Thursday. According to a preliminary investigation, the heavy downpour has affected more than 8,000 residents. China's Ministry of Emergency Management has sent a team to Hebei province to help the rescue efforts. The most severely hit regions include Suzhou, Xianjiang and Xionggang in Hebei, the ministry said. Zambia's main opposition presidential candidate has called for the internet to be restored after it was cut during Thursday's tightly contested elections. Hakainde Hichilema said citizens should be allowed to follow the electoral process and continue with their lives. WhatsApp, Twitter and Facebook have been cut off. Election day passed off largely peacefully, but President Edgar Lungu, who is seeking a second term, said some violence was reported in the northwestern province. Britney Spears' father has agreed to step down as the singer's conservator, pledging to participate in an orderly transition to a new legal arrangement. The pop star's lawyer said it was a major victory for Britney Spears and another step towards justice. However, Jamie Spears' lawyer insisted there were no actual grounds for him to step back and gave no timetable for when he would relinquish his role. The singer's career has been in the hands of legal guardians since 2008. And finally, production of the new Lord of the Rings television series will move to the UK from New Zealand, according to Amazon Studios. The as-yet untitled fantasy epic is set thousands of years before the events in J.R.R. Tolkien's books, The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. It is a major blow for New Zealand's entertainment industry, where the award-winning movies were also filmed. Amazon Studios has already spent $465 million on the first season of the show. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.